Good day, everyone. I am Janine Nuneza, and I am the third presenter of presenter number 7 or the group 7. So, since Mr. Canales and Ms. Sanchez already discussed about the elements of design, let's now move forward to the principles of design. But class, this is the question. Are you all ready? Well, yes, of course. I know that you are all ready to learn something new today, as always, no? So, before anything else, let me ask you one question. Did you know that one of the most difficult part of talking about the principles of design is figuring out just how many principles there actually are? Are there 5, 6, 10? But according to Cameron Chapron, there is no real consensus in the design community about what the main principles of design actually are. That said, these 8 principles are of design are those mentioned most often in articles and books on the subject. So, as I search the principles of design on the internet, mostly kanigit silang 8 ang manggawas. So that's why ako silang gikuha so that ato silang ma-discuss for this afternoon. So, before we dig deeper ani nga topic, I just have something um, to ask you guys. This is just a simple task. So, the task is this. So, while you are all watching my video discussions in your homes right now, I am asking you to observe sa palibot sa inyo balay. Yes, the spaces around you. So, it could be in your living room, bedroom, sa kusina baron, or even just the area where you're sitting right now. Then, try to notice how things are arranged and ask yourself. So, the questions is this. So, first is the space balanced? Second, what object catch my attention first? And third is, are items aligned or neatly placed? So, after you get the answer on these questions, I want you to connect each idea to what you see at home. So, actually, this task will help you understand that design is not only found in artworks but also in our everyday surroundings. Alright, I hope that's clear. So, let's now move forward to the next slide, which is what is principle? So I know uh, you heard the word principle a lot of times, no? But right now, let us define the word principle if naana siya sa context sa design. So, when we say principle, so in the principles of design, it is like the rule, naani siya diri. So the principle is like the rules or guidelines that helps us organize the elements of art so that our artworks become beautiful and communicates a clear message. So if we connect this to the perspective of a teacher, see, principle is still like the guiding rule or standard that helps organize and manage learning so students can understand and achieve the lesson objectives. So, in simple word, si principle, ang role ni principle is to help us organize para mas mapadali, para mas mapaindot ang atuang trabahoon. So, mauna si principle. And now, let's move on to the first principle of design, which is ang balance. So, when we say balance, it is a principle of design that refers to the distribution of visual weight to create stability and harmony in a composition. So, when we say balance, it is when the visual weight of elements is distributed evenly so the design feels stable. For example, this picture. If you notice, the teacher placed chairs and table evenly on both sides. Tanawa. Naay chairs diri, napoy chairs sa pikas. And that's it. The classroom looks organized and feels comfortable, di ba? So, balance actually means that not having everything on one side. Dapat, if unsa ang naa sa pikas, maupod ang naa sa pikas. So, that's balance. Actually, si balance is ma-apply pod nato siya sa perspective ni teacher. Ato siyang ma-relate sa perspective ni teacher. Kay kung kabantay mo sa lessons nga gihimo ni teacher, iya pod nang gibalance ang activities. Some are fun, some are reflective, some are hands-on, which is iya pod na gi-make sure na ma-meet ang needs sa all learners, sa tanan niyang estudyante, na ay balancing. So, let's move on to the two types of balance, which are the symmetrical and asymmetrical balance. So, I know, guys, that most of you try this one, no? Where you fold the paper and open it, then ingon ani na ang resulta. So, this is how actually symmetrical balance work. It means that the left side and the right side look the same or almost the same. So, kung inyong ning pilon ang paper, then inyong bukahon, ug unsa ang naa sa pikas, ug unsa ang naong sa pikas, mosad ang sa pikas, di ba? The symmetrical balance create a mirrored effect. So, this is just a very good example of symmetrical balance, no? And now, moving on to the asymmetrical balance. So, this type is achieved when an unbalanced composition feels stable. So, just like this, if we are going to cut this picture, ana siya, atong ikat. Diba, dili siya maka-create og mirror effect, just like aning sa pikas, sa paper. That is because different ang sizes sa frame sa picture. Diri sa pikas kay naay gagmay, nya sa pikas kay dagko. So, dili gyud siya the same. But, even if the items are not identical, they actually still balance each other visually. And that's how asymmetrical balance work. Kay of course, just like what I've mentioned earlier, nga ang balance kay ug unsa ang nasa pikas, mausad ang sa pikas. So, na-apply man na siya diri sa example. So, this is just an example of balance. But, under na siya sa asymmetrical balance. So, I hope that's clear, no? So, let's move on to the second principle of design, which is alignment. So, in the principles of decorative design, alignment refers to how elements are arranged so they look neat. So when we say alignment, it is about arranging elements so they line up neatly. Just like for example, sa Sitio Daan Bantayan Library, if kabantay mo, the books are neatly arranged on a shelf, di ba? That is already an alignment. Or even sa ato ang house or sa kanalang mga dato, di ba ang ilahang mga utensils are neatly arranged sa drawer. That is also an example of alignment. So, now, if we are going to relate the principle of alignment sa perspective ni teacher, so in the classroom, puhon, if I will become a teacher, of course, in God's will, I can apply the principle of alignment by this. Tanawang example. So, I can apply the principle of alignment by lining up the students' outputs neatly on the bulletin board. Kung kabantay mo, di ba neat na siya, ako siyang gi-arrange. So, ako siyang ingon anion, puhon-puhon, para ma-apply na ko ang principle sa alignment. Or just like, ako ang i-arrange ang chairs. So, everyone faces the board. That is also already an alignment. So, another example. So, sa lesson planning, ang atong objectives, activities, assessments, they actually must align each other so students achieve the learning goals. So, kung kabantay mo, di ba, muana silang ma'am if magpahimo sila lesson plan, dapat align si learning competency sa content. Di ba? Na ay alignment dapat para atuang ma-achieve ang learning objectives. So, actually, bisag asa, ma-apply gyud nato si alignment. Because, actually, the proper alignment makes the space easier to move around and more pleasant to look at. So, that's the one of the role of alignment. So, in simple words, alignment is all about order. That's it. So, that's the end for the second principle of design, which is ang alignment. So, let's move forward to the third element, which is ang emphasis. So, emphasis tells the viewer where to look first. Alright? So, emphasis is when we make a part of the design stand out. Just like kita, mga students, di ba? Ma-apply yun ni nato si emphasis baya sa ato ang mga notes, di ba? Kabantay yun ko ani sa ato ang classmates. So, every time mag-notes ta, ato yun nang i-highlights ang mga specific, ang mga important details para if magtuon na ta, sayo na lang sa pagdumdum, di ba? So, ma-apply yun si emphasis. And also, if we relate this perspective ni teacher, he or she uses emphasis when he or she highlight the most important parts of a lesson. Just like kanang kuan, kabantay mo if pag elementary nato, if badlisan na gani na ni teacher, if iyan na nang i-underline or i-circle ang usa ka word, makaingon jud ta nga ay kini importante ni siya kay gi-highlight man ni teacher. Ay kini dapat pagtuunan ni nga pansin kay gi-highlight man ni teacher, iya man gi-circulan. So that means importante siya. So that's the importance of emphasis. Or for another example, so butang talang no ako si teacher. Ma-apply si emphasis kanang if like for example, ako ang i-raise ako ang voice on an important instruction because it helps learners know what they should focus on. So, sa emphasis, importante gyud siya para dili maglibog ang viewer og asa siya mutan-aw og para dili sad siya maglibog og unsa gyud ang message sa usa ka artwork kung of course wala gi-highlight, di ba? Lisod libog siya. So, let us also remember that there should be one main focal point. Kay of course, if daghan og gi-highlight, di ba, maglibog ta. Well, pero dili na gyud siya yun anak kalibog, pero still nagyapoy kalibgan, di ba? So let's move on to this example. Di ba? Mas naglabi ang color white, but still si color yellow ni stand out. That's how emphasis works. Mopa-stand out siya sa usa ka butang, sa usa ka kuan. Sa mas importante, sa mas dapat tuunan ng pansin. So that's how emphasis works. Alright? Now, to sum it up, so the first, balance. Balance makes things stable, whereas alignment makes things organized, and emphasis shows what's important. Alright? Now, so since we know that three first principle of design, which are the balance, alignment, and emphasis, you might wonder, why are these important? Ngano importante man ni sila? So, class, let me tell you this. So, these principles are important because they make a design clear, organized, and visually appealing. So, let's let me explain further. So first, balance, no? So without balance man good, a design can look messy or uncomfortable. No? Kung kabantay mo sa atong classroom, silbi, if ang pika side is daghan og chairs and ang pika side kay gamay ra, di ba mura siya, of course, unbalance. Kiwo siya tan-awon. So that's why importante gyud ang balance. Because again, balance helps our eyes feel stable and makes the design pleasant, just like a classroom with everything evenly arranged feels comfortable, di ba? And alignment. So without alignment man good, things can feel chaotic or confusing. Because alignment organizes elements so people can easily understand the message. Like for example, neat ang pagkasuwat ni teacher sa mga suwatonon sa students sa blackboard. Of course, sayon ra na sa students sa pag-process sa mga information. 'Di ba? The learning is easier. Whereas kung bisag asa gibutang ni teacher ang mga information, gubot na siya, lisod na siya sa pagsabot sa students, lisod na sa pag-process sa mga information. So that's the importance of alignment. And lastly, the emphasis. So without emphasis, people might miss the important part. So that's why no important good ang emphasis. Because again, emphasis guides the viewer's attention to what matters most, like highlighting key points in your textbook or important signs in the classroom. So that's why important yun si kanang emphasis para di ta ma-missed, para di nato ma-missed ang pinaka-importante yun ang unod sa usa ka artwork. Alright? So, you see, these principles are not just rules for art. They actually help us communicate, organized, and focus, whether in a design, in a classroom, or even in real life. So that ends my discussion. I hope you learned something, and I hope that you listen to the next reporter, which is Miss Santuele, as she is going to discuss the other principles of design, sa katong 5 other principles of design. So, thank you and have a good day, everyone.